Capricorn, I have quite a few messages for you, and I got one oracle card so far. So I'll talk to you about these messages and the energy I'm picking up on, and then we'll pull some more cards. So this is the Arbiter, and it's like the Justice card. And the theme of your reading, Capricorn, is that Spirit is balancing things out for you first and foremost, but also looking at your current situation and what you've gone through throughout your entire life. It's kind of like a point of review for you. And I feel like Spirit is weighing out some of your decisions that you've made, as well as the things that have happened to you, both good and bad, and assessing what comes next. Now, when I say Spirit, you can take that however resonates for you. You can take it as a higher force. You can take it as your higher self, your subconscious mind, your higher consciousness. So however that works for you, there's some kind of, it's not a judgment per se, but it's a assessment, I feel, that is happening. And this could have something to do with Pluto dipping back into Capricorn. It's like a final assessment, I feel. And it's very fair, I want to say. A fair hand will be dealt. Now, some of the messages I got here was the letter E and the word theology. So maybe you're studying theology, or you should think about studying theology, something about Aristotle coming through. Also the numbers 777. And then I got, you are a black sheep with brand new ideas. You're finding the path back to yourself. Your dedication and hard work can either be a cause for suffering or purification. So maybe you work yourself too hard at times to the point in which you find yourself in a state of suffering. And Spirit's saying there's another way to work that feels like you've released a lot of energy from you that's weighing you down, a purification of sorts. I also feel like Spirit is saying that if you have experienced suffering in relation to your hard work and dedication, even if that's in love, relationships, or maybe it's in your career, the suffering moment is turning into an energy of purification. It's like you had to endure some kind of suffering in order for that purification to happen. Okay, something needs to be burnt up in order to be released. The path is hard. The destination is only for a few. There is gold at the end awaiting you. So Capricorn, we know you've had a hard path. Okay, astrologically, we know this. Energetically, as I've done the readings for you for the past few years, I know you've had it hard. But with Spirit saying the destination is only for a few, I feel like there's only a few souls, energies that walk the path that you're walking. It's kind of a hidden path, and it takes a lot of dedication and hard work. But for you, there's gold at the end, and there may not be gold at the end for everybody, especially for those who choose the easy route. Now, I feel like with the Arbiter, it's a balance though. You don't want to go too hard on yourself and condemn yourself basically to a world of suffering. You want to come back into balance, knowing that hard work and dedication are necessary, but that there's a larger purpose for what it is that you're doing and how you're moving through life. And you have to hold that faith in your mind in order to experience the purification and the gold at the end of the road for you. It's not all for nothing, okay? And make sure you keep that in the forefront of your mind, because I see you working very hard at something, whether this is a healing journey, a project, you're working very hard. And I feel like at times you could feel like, what am I doing this for? I don't know like where this is going. And it's almost like a nihilism that sets in for some of you, not all of you. And Spirit is saying, just keep in the forefront of your mind that there is something for you. And it feels like you need to allow yourself to have little tastes of reward along the way in order to bring yourself into balance. So balance work and play. Allow yourself to be rewarded. Okay, receive the gifts that want to be given to you, receive love that's around you, and allow yourself to have a break, to have some time off, downtime. It's very important. I'm getting an image of like somebody who's working out a lot, you know, you need a rest day to allow your muscles to repair and get stronger. And it's the same idea here, metaphorically. You need periods of rest so that all your hard work can fortify into that strong presence that is you. Then the last thing I heard is the good in you, and this is very important, 555. I'm hearing this is very important. The good in you is only seen by those who see the good in themselves. Don't waste your time on fools. Okay, so remember that. If somebody doesn't see you for who you really are, and your big heart, and your dedication, and your hard work, and your understanding, your deep psychic understanding of what's real and what's not, and your drive and fight for humanity and for life around you, like you have a very altruistic kind of energy coming through for you. Like I feel like you're very altruistic in a sense. You have a good heart here. And if people can't see that, it's because they can't see that altruism or that goodness within themselves. I'm seeing like maybe it's a blackened heart. I don't know, something's going into black. Okay, so with all that blackness, darkness maybe, they're unable to see. Okay, so there's somebody around you or a bunch of people around you who won't get you, don't understand you, and no matter how much you try to explain yourself or appear to them, they just cannot see past their own darkness, past their own foolishness, not to believe in themselves. Okay, so remember that, because I feel very strongly something is happening in your life or coming up where they have an image of you, they have a projection of you, and it's not an accurate reflection of who you are. And I feel like you could feel a little bit caught off guard by this or soured by the experience of somebody not seeing your goodness, okay? Don't take it personal. Some of you might be dealing with something legal or a contract of some sort. Okay, let's get into the rest of your cards and see what else Spirit has to say to you, Capricorn. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Andy. This is 13 Moon Tarot. I'm an intuitive reader, meaning I work with the energy and I use the tarot cards and oracle cards to help me interpret the energies that I'm picking up on. If you don't like that style, then I'm not your reader. But if you do, thank you for being here, and thank you for coming back for all of you who have been here for a minute. Intuition and concealment. Yeah, I definitely feel this with you, Capricorn, both personally in my personal experiences with Capricorn, but also energetically in this moment. You are so psychic, so in tuned. You know what's real and what's not. Like you just know, like a claircognizant vibe, but you don't let on, like you don't feel the need to wave a banner around saying, I'm intuitive, or I'm an intuitive reader, like I did, right? You don't feel the need to do that. Not at all. It's just a part of who you are. It's like if you were to go around saying how intuitive you are, that'd be like you going around saying, I have a head and I have a torso. It's like that's, it's obvious to yourself that you have this quality. And I feel like it's not that you conceal it to hide it. It's that it's kind of a superpower of yours that you keep quiet. Okay? And people can be very shocked at how intuitive you can be and the visions that you have when you tell them about those visions and intuitions, but you don't always say what you know to be true. Okay, so that's the energy supporting you, concealment and intuition. Sometimes when we're highly intuitive, it is advised to cloak ourselves, to conceal how much access we have to other realms, to esoteric knowledge. It's not something we need to show off to the entire world, because others may not be ready to receive it, or you could become targeted in a sense if somebody wants something you have, let's say 1101 there. So I think that whatever you're doing here to conceal your intuition around something, or just in general, is working for you. It's supporting you. Okay, so let's go into what is challenging you. Black sheep with brand new ideas. Equilibrium, the balance again, finding the balance. The arbiter, equilibrium. What's the balance about? Divine guidance and destiny. And then Luna, we have the moon. This is like, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know why I'm working so hard. Well, you do create your own destiny because we all have free will. The choices and the decisions that we make create our reality. Every little thing we decide to think, feel, do, that's what our reality ends up being. Or how we choose to respond, react, perceive to the things that happen to us that are seemingly out of our control. That's what creates our reality. And I feel like you're very aware of that, okay? And you know that you are the creator of your own destiny. But I also feel like Spirit is saying you need to balance that knowledge that you have about your own free will with your ability to tap into, tune into, and receive divine guidance. Spirit can talk to us, give us signs, messages, downloads, and it's up to us whether we want to follow through with that guidance or that intuition or not. And I feel like Spirit is saying there is divine guidance available to you, but I feel like there's something that's going on where you might feel like you need to prove yourself, and this could even be happening subconsciously. It's just a way you're presenting yourself in order to be seen. Okay. And I feel like Spirit is saying that's taking away from some kind of guidance that Spirit is giving you. It feels to me like there's something pretty heavy going on in the 3D world, like a contract, something legal, something with your living situation. I don't know. There's like some work or school or whatever. There's some kind of like dense energy here that you're very focused on, and you're focused on breaking it apart. But I feel like at times you ask yourself, why am I doing this? Nobody gets it. They don't understand me. This isn't working, and so on. And I feel like that kind of pattern of thinking disconnects you from your intuition and your ability to receive divine guidance. So you need to balance that out. So we started with Spirit's assessing. Okay, let's get in further. What is the assessment? Self-love. Oh, Capricorn. Yeah, the moon and the sun. How much do you love yourself to listen to yourself? The good in you is only seen by those who see the good in themselves, self-love. So really integrating that nugget of wisdom is a huge act of self-love. You know, we all seek validation and recognition at some level. We're social animals. We belong with one another. And if we aren't accepted by our tribe or by people or by society or someone we love, it really brings up a lot of fear, because we're meant to be with other people. We're meant to be seen. We're meant to belong. And when we feel like we don't, we can start doing things out of a place of fear in order to get back into the good graces of someone, or in order to make the fear go away. Now, I know Capricorn, and I feel like it's coming in the comments section. That's okay. But I know Capricorn, you're not out to please anyone. Okay? So if you commented that already, don't worry. I know you're not like a people pleaser type. I get that. But all of us at some level are wanting to be seen, are seeking to connect with one another. And I feel like Spirit is saying that's perfectly fine that you have that desire and that need, but there's something about connecting deeper with yourself first will help you avoid trying to connect with fools. I hope that makes sense. So let's see some more about self-assessment. Discernment. Yeah. It's like, who are you spending your time on? Who are you wanting love from or recognition from? What are you doing all this hard work for? Who are you doing all this hard work for? What is the gold at the end of the road? What do you want it to be? These are questions you need to ask yourself and maybe journal about or write down, like, what am I doing all this for? And there is an answer and there is gold, but I feel like it's a little abstract right now for you. So grounding yourself in self-love will help you, because you do need a little bit of discernment here. Inner journey. Yeah, this is about you going on a little bit of an inner journey, which I feel like that's what we're here for in general, right? That's what we're watching tarot for. Well, some of us are watching it for predictions and the deets, the DL, the download. Such a nerd. Okay. We're listening to it for information about people and things. 10 of Swords situations here and Queen of Swords. Like, what do I do about this bullshit that went on? Yes, I get that. But the real answers are always within us. And nobody else has the answers except you. But all are one. So we kind of all have the answers for each other too. It's about the inner journey. Okay. And I feel like that's what Spirit's highlighting for you. It's about the inner journey. Finding all the answers, finding the path, understanding why you're a little bit of a black sheep, what your brand new ideas are all about. Interesting energy for you, Capricorn. The name Harper might mean something to someone. Okay, 3 more. Capricorn, or wherever Capricorn is in your chart. You don't have to be a sun sign Capricorn to have this message resonate. Yeah, see? Okay. And sometimes the messages won't resonate for you at this time. You could come back at a later date and watch a reading, or watch an old reading instead of this one. There's a Capricorn playlist on the channel. My readings are timeless, and you could find that messages from like 8 months ago, 6 months ago, even a year ago is on point more than this one. This one might resonate later for you. Sometimes the energy takes a while to coalesce, to develop, to manifest. Or this reading could just not be for you, and you can check out any other reading that calls to you from other readings, from other readers, but also in my readings. You don't have to always watch your sign, okay? Okay. Bottom, Justice, the Arbiter, Justice, yes. The Balance. Are you balancing your heart and your mind? Are you balancing your will with guidance? Are you balancing self-love with recognition from others? 10 of Cups. I feel like Spirit, there's the gold, or sorry, there's the rainbow, and with the gold at the end of the rainbow, the path is golden, but I wanted to say the path is a rainbow. Okay. Hold on. What's there? I feel like I need something to clarify. I'm seeing House with Justice. Some of you are having some kind of legal battle around a house, or there's something going on with that situation. Okay. Spirit's on it. Okay, they're assessing the situation, including your intentions, the intentions of others, and Spirit will guide you towards a decision that works for the highest good of all. So it's advisable you follow that intuition. So I know that if I do this, it's for the highest good of all, or I will be okay with this outcome if it's for the highest good of all. That's something you should keep in mind. Fury and evaluate. Yeah, I feel like there's an evaluation, an assessment about your reactions to things that may not seem just, but actually are for the highest good of all. And sometimes we don't see how something is for the highest good of all. We just have to have faith and trust that it is. Now, if there's like a real injustice and it's obvious and somebody's being hurt, that's a different story. But if something happens that is just inconvenient or you don't like, try to see it from a different perspective. Because I feel like the fury that you might feel around not getting something or not having something play out in the way that you anticipate is actually causing some injury to yourself in some way. Again, it's like you're suffering fools here when you allow somebody else's decisions or opinions of you to create that kind of emotional reaction in which you're enraged, okay? You're giving them power to affect you emotionally, and our emotions are a huge source of manifestation. Our emotional energy is where we manifest from. I hope this makes sense, because I feel like I'm in the zone and I feel like I'm not even sure what I've said so far. Okay, so I'll just trust it. I'll have faith. 3 of Cups for your overall energy. See, there's other people here that I feel like are having a lot of influence on you. Like they're just influencing your situation or the energies around you. You can use the troublesome aspects of this situation in which other people are involved to springboard you into a more desired reality. So you can make this work for you, but it's about your perspective. Something with other people that is pissing you off or presenting a challenge for you. This could be friends, workplace colleagues, it could be landlords, it could be mortgagers, it could be friends, did I say that already? Family, even a love triangle situation, whatever it is for you, okay? It could be anything in which there's a lot of other people involved. You can use the energy around this to get you to where you want to go. You just have to see the path. You have to see the concealed path. The path is hard. The destination is only for a few. A lot of people would just turn their backs and give up or walk away. But there's something about you finding an inroad in this difficult or challenging situation that leads you to the Ten of Pentacles. Because this is what you don't see coming. Now, that said, there are also people around you who are supporting you emotionally, spiritually, perhaps financially, in any way. And it's important that you acknowledge this support for your divine assessment. Okay? What do you want to say about that? Queen of Pentacles. Give back where you can, Three of Coins, and let these people know that you really appreciate them. Because what you don't see coming is that the people around you supporting you, whether they're at a distance or in your immediate reality, they are helping you build a foundation for a future of success and loyalty. But you have to focus your energy on those people and not waste your time pleasing the fools or giving your emotional attention to the fools. Your opportunity, the Magus, the Magician. I'm hearing the Year of the Magician. Maybe that's coming up for you, the Year of the Magician. Your opportunity. Yeah, look at, okay, I'll get into that in a second, but your challenge is the Seven of Coins. See, this is the difficult path. This is the energy, like, I'm working so hard, I'm dedicated, but I don't know if this path is ultimately the one for me, or am I just suffering for no reason? And I feel like the opportunity here, looking at the challenge, is for you to use this energy or perceive the situation differently in order to create a new reality. Now, this isn't always what everybody wants to hear, because a lot of people, a lot of us, want things to just happen for us without us having to do anything, without us having to grow spiritually, psychologically, consciously. We just want things to fall on our lap. We want the opportunities. Haven't we proved ourselves enough? Haven't we done enough work already? Can't this thing just happen, right? I know, I feel that way too. But ultimately, it's us that needs to make some kind of change if we want to see change around us. It's us who needs to change our perspective, how we perceive the situation in its entirety, how we feel about ourselves. The love we give to ourselves is what will manifest outward. We need to give the gift of love to ourselves in order for a gift in the 3D material world to be given to us. Because our energy is always what is expressed outward. That's what creates our reality, again, our energy. So we all have the capacity to manifest gifts for ourselves. But we don't all have the capacity to do the inner work and transmutation and transformation to create that shift in consciousness. But you do, because Spirit said the path is hard. That shift in consciousness is hard, especially if we've been brought up to believe that, you know, people around us are just generally trying to bring us down all the time and that we're oppressed and et cetera, et cetera. It's hard to break out of that programming. But if you do, and you can, Capricorn, this destination the Ten of Pentacles is only for a few. And you can think of the Ten of Pentacles as material abundance, but it's also a card that represents spiritual enlightenment. Moving up the tree of life. Opening your mind to see how powerful it is in what you create for yourself. That is a path only for the few. And I don't mean that Spirit is saying only a few people get to experience it. I mean, only a few people choose it. Okay, and I feel like Spirit is having this reading with you because you have chosen this path of enlightenment, of hard work, of dedication. And you're right there. You're at the assessment point. I know that can sound weird and maybe a little bit, I don't know, strange, I guess, in a way, like a little religious in a sense, but it's not meant that way. It's like you're at a point where you're balancing the scales out, okay? And you need to hold that balance because I feel like you're about to turn a corner here. And there's a little situation coming up that requires some discernment so that you don't get thrown off course. So your advice, Capricorn, 8 of Swords. What an interesting illustration. This person looks like they're mummified, raising from the dead, perhaps. So mummification, preserving something. So what, I don't know for sure, but as far as I do know, my knowledge is that mummification was done to preserve the soul or to send the soul off into the world of the dead. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's probably a lot more to that. Please share. I want to learn. And I feel like here, there's something that you hold within you that's been preserved and that is carrying over into your rebirth, into your next chapter, into your ascension, into your experience as the magician. That Spirit doesn't want you to forget or get distracted. Don't get distracted by worry and fear. I'm hearing the devil is a liar. I feel like there's energy that's convincing you to fear something at some level or trying to get you to fear something. So your advice is to pay attention to the energy of negative self-talk, of binding yourself to thoughts and ideas that don't allow you to grow. Recognize them. Oh, here I am spiraling again. Where is this getting me? Where am I going? Whoop, I'm going in a spiral. I need to stop this now because it's not serving me at all. This worry, this fear, this dread, this anxiety. I acknowledge I feel this way. Maybe I need to figure out what it's all about. Maybe I need to say, that is not the energy I want to work with today. Okay, and those of you who are feeling angry or furious at someone or something, take that anger and direct it towards something that provides you with a spark of, well, I'm hearing ingenuity. It's like, okay, so if you're mad at someone, take that anger and create some artwork. Take that anger and channel that, like the energy behind it. It doesn't have to be like the actual angry thoughts, but like the energy of the anger into really focusing in on coming to a solution in your work, in your career, or going to the gym or going for a walk, or like take that energy, channel it, transmute it, transform it, use it. Don't ignore it. Use it. Yeah, we have Sophia, the High Priestess, intuition, knowledge. What are you saying about that? Concealed intuition, which is the High Priestess, concealed intuition. So you are the High Priestess, doesn't matter what your gender is. And then we have the Count of Swords. Yeah, this is like pure wisdom, pure knowledge. Intuitively, you know the solutions to things. And it can be frustrating sometimes when there's obstacles in the way to get to the solution, or when you don't know how to actually get to where you already know is true. What do you want to say about this? Page of Cups. Try to soften. I feel some frustration, okay? And I feel like Spirit's saying, channel that frustration into creating something for yourself. Transmute it. And then allow yourself to soften. Because I feel like if you channel the energy of anger, frustration, and fury, it transforms. It like breaks up. It's no longer there prohibiting you from finding the answers that you seek, or from obtaining the thing you're trying to get. And so once you realize that that energy has dissipated, you must soften. Yeah, okay, hold on. This is kind of complicated because Spirit's saying there's initial energy here that you're working with that feels very like strong and like, I'm going to get it. I'm going to prove everyone. I'm going to do the thing, you know, and it's a good catalyst. It's a good kickstart. But as you work with it, it begins to change that energy. And you could be trying to reach back and be like, well, I need that initial like furious energy again in order to keep going. But you don't. You need to work with the newer energy. My doorbell just rung. I don't know if you heard that. I feel like that's a message for you. Okay, the Page of Cups is ringing your door. Like, okay, that approach worked for a while, but now we need to soften. We need to open up. There's somebody at your door, metaphorically, offering you something. But if you have to slow down to see it. Okay, I feel like we're going to leave that there. What's going to manifest in the next 3 months? Before I go into this, I will tell you there's an extended available. If you're interested in an extended reading on this, I go a layer deeper into this message. We see what else comes through. Link for that is in the description box below. If you don't feel called to that, don't like that, it's cool. Just trust that you got the message you needed here. Okay? If you can't go, you don't want to, you didn't miss anything. That's how it works. But if you want to go, then there's more for you. Okay? It's just that simple. Okay, 7 of Cups for what's going to manifest in the next 3 months. Look at this beauty. This is being given a lot of options, a lot of choices. And what are you reaching for? That cup. You're answering the door. I think this is even a little door. Yeah, you're opening the door here. And you are reaching out for the cup, for love, self-love, creativity, openness, flow. Tell me more about this opportunity here. What is this cup? The Hangman, the new perspective. Capricorn, I'm so glad we got here. The new perspective. The next 3 months, you shift entirely. You see things differently. You take that cup and you're assessed accordingly. And you get the gold. All right, Capricorn, that's what I have for you. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.